Rayman Legends is already a 10 out of 10 game. That's why this remake announcement completely broke my brain. Because when Ubisoft revealed Rayman Legends Retold during the recent PlayStation State of Play, my immediate reaction wasn't excitement, it wasn't really hype, but it was genuine confusion because Ubisoft has somehow looked at its entire back catalogue and decided that the game which arguably needs a remake the least was the one they were going to remake. And that's what fascinates me about this announcement, because the more I think about it, the more conflicted I become. Because on one hand, Rayman Legends is already one of the greatest platformers ever made, and on the other hand, the remake actually looks kind of good, I'm not going to lie. And that's where the problem starts, because now I don't know whether to be excited or annoyed. Let's start with the obvious. Rayman Legends isn't some forgotten classic. It isn't some broken game trapped on ancient hardware. It isn't a title that desperately needs modernization. It's already fantastic. Like, go play it today, right now, I'm serious. It's one of the best platformers there's ever been. The art style still looks incredible, the animation still looks incredible, and the level design is amazing. The soundtrack is unforgettable, the controls are genius. The game has aged better than half AAA games released in the last 5 years. That's not nostalgia talking, that's reality. The thing still looks gorgeous, which immediately raises the biggest question. Why remake it? Why this game and why now? Because when I hear remake, I think of games like RE2 or Final Fantasy VII or Dead Space, games where technology was holding back the original vision. Rayman Legends doesn't have that problem. The original vision already worked perfectly. Now this is where things get weird, because Ubisoft own an absolutely ridiculous number of franchises. You have Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, Beyond Good and Evil, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Driver, Brothers in Arms, the list goes on forever. Some of these games genuinely need modern remakes, some of them desperately need revivals. Instead, Ubisoft looked at all of those franchises, then somehow landed on the game that still looks modern. It's like walking into a garage full of broken cars and deciding the one you need to repair is a brand new Ferrari. Like, I don't really understand the logic. Now here's where things get interesting, because if this was just a graphical remake, I'd be making a very different video. I'd probably spend 20 minutes asking what the point was, but then Ubisoft revealed the new content, new worlds, new story content, new musical stages, new gameplay mechanics, dragon riding sections, additional cutscenes and expanded content, and suddenly things become more complicated, because now this isn't really just a remake, it's almost becoming a sequel disguised as a remake. That's a much stronger pitch. Then we get onto the musical levels, because Rayman Legends has some of the greatest platforming levels ever designed, period. The musical stages are masterpieces. The Castle Rock level alone is better than entire games. You know exactly which one I'm talking about. And I genuinely believe that. So when Ubisoft says they're adding new musical stages, now you've got my attention, because those levels are what made Rayman Legends special. They're the moments everyone remembers. They're the moments everyone talks about. If Ubisoft can create more levels of that quality, then maybe this remake starts making sense. Another thing that surprised me was the visual overhaul actually looks substantial, and that's impressive because the original already looked incredible. It's like trying to improve the Mona Lisa. The fact they somehow found ways to make it look better is genuinely impressive, because the animation is even smoother, the lighting looks better, and the environments have more depth. Everything feels more alive, but once again, I keep coming back to the same thought that the original still looks amazing. This isn't a glow up, it's more like watching somebody who already looks amazing somehow become even more attractive. Good for them, but they weren't exactly struggling before, were they? My concern is, and it's a simple one, I don't want Ubisoft to learn the wrong lessons, because what I really wanted wasn't a Rayman Legends remake. What I wanted was a Rayman 4. I think that's what we all wanted. A completely new adventure, a new world, a new story, a new generation of Rayman. And that's my fear, that Ubisoft sees this remake sell well and decides that's enough. That they think fans only want remakes, because we don't. We want Rayman back, properly back, not once every decade, not as a nostalgia project, but as a genuine franchise. Sometimes I forget how important Rayman used to be before Assassin's Creed and Far Cry became Ubisoft's entire personality. Before open worlds took over everything, Rayman was one of Ubisoft's defining characters, and now he occasionally appears when Ubisoft remembers he exists. That's actually insane, because this character deserves so much more. The fact that we're celebrating a remake announcement after all these years says everything. Imagine Nintendo treating Mario like this, or even Sega treating Sonic like this. People would lose their fucking minds. Now this is the annoying part, because after all my complaints, after all my criticisms and confusion, the remake looks good, and I mean really good. The new content looks promising, the visual upgrades look impressive, and the additional levels sound exciting. And if Ubisoft genuinely delivers enough new material, then this could become the definitive version of Rayman Legends, which means I end up in the most frustrating position possible, being right and wrong at the same time. So where do I land? I'm conflicted. I still don't think Rayman Legends was the Ubisoft game that needed a remake, but the original remains one of the best platformers ever made. It remains beautiful, it remains timeless and incredibly fun. But at the same time, Ubisoft have clearly put real effort into this project. This isn't a lazy remaster, this isn't a quick cash grab. This looks like a genuine attempt to expand and improve an already fantastic and respected game. My only hope is that this isn't the end of Rayman's comeback, because Rayman Legends Retold shouldn't be the destination, it should be the beginning. Give me Rayman 4, give me a brand new adventure, give this franchise the future it deserves, because if all we get is another remake, no matter how good it is, I think that'll be a huge missed opportunity. But if Rayman Legends Retold is Ubisoft testing the waters before bringing Rayman back properly, then maybe, just maybe, this remake will have been worth it after all.